Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about what you should know when you're dating someone with bipolar disorder. And I can't tell you exactly what it's like because technically I'm the one who has the disorder, but I have been friends with people with bipolar and we were going to start things, but then we realized that probably two people with bipolar getting together wouldn't be a good idea. So I'm just going to talk about what you should know or what people with bipolar disorder want you to know when you're dating them. And I guess the first biggest thing is that when you're dating someone who has mental health issues, you need to be like fully committed to caring about them no matter what happens. And sometimes the disorder might get in the way of what they say or the way they act, but you need to remember that they're still the person that you know underneath. So when you are getting into the relationship, you have to know what you're signing up for, kind of. You have to be fully committed. If you're the kind of person that tiptoes through life, tries to take the easy way through things and wants a steady relationship that's easy, this probably is not the kind of thing you want to get into, because when you have to expect like the manic parts where they're going to be like super excited, or when they're depressed and they don't want to do anything and nothing makes them happy, sort of thing. And you kind of just have to be ready for all that, do the research and know what's best for them, and also make sure that your partner is getting the treatment that they need, like seeing a psychologist or getting meds if they really need it. Because if they're not taking care of themselves, it will not turn out to be a good relationship. And so that's important. But it's also important for you to take care of yourself, because when you're trying to help your partner, you might get so caught up in that you forget about your own mental health and you forget about taking care of yourself. So make sure that in the process of trying to keep the relationship going well, make sure you're also taking care of yourself, because it's just as important. Another thing is that they probably didn't tell you about what they were going through right away when you met them. They wanted you to get to know them first, see if you like them for who they are before telling you that they have other issues and they might not always be the same way that you see then. And they kind of test you in a way. When they tell you, they think that you're ready to hear it, and when you hear it and you kind of back away, you're not sure if you want to take on something this big, that's when they have to decide whether it's worth it staying in a relationship with you if you're not willing to commit yourself to them and the relationship that you're in. So usually I'm pretty open about what I'm going through with any potential partners. So I tell them maybe after like a couple of weeks. I don't think it's that big of a deal that I go through all of this stuff, and mostly because I've been seeing people to help me with this for so long that I can kind of manage it on my own. I've known that I've had bipolar disorder since I was like 11 or 12, so it's not a new thing to me. And one of the things that people with bipolar disorder really want in a relationship is for someone to try to understand them. And it's nearly impossible to really know what they're going through, but when they want to talk to you about stuff or try to open up to you, you should take the time to listen and try to understand, because it's only going to be better for your relationship if you know what they're thinking about themselves, you, or the relationship. So in general, make sure that you're listening to them and providing your input and opinions about stuff, because they want to know what you think too. If you really wanted to know more, you should probably bring it up and ask them first. And in general, I think these are the big things. So knowing what they're going through and kind of knowing what bipolar disorder is, doing a little bit of research, making sure you're taking care of your mental health at the same time, being interested in what they have to say and listening and providing your own input. The last thing that I'm going to say just now, but is the first thing that I brought up, it's the most important thing, is that you're fully committed to the relationship after you know what you're getting into, after you know what they're going to be like. You have to make sure that you're ready to take on this task because it's not an easy thing. Being in a relationship with someone who has mood problems can be really hard, especially since they can be, sometimes they say things they don't mean or do things that might hurt you, but you have to kind of learn to not take it too personally, because a lot of times they don't do it because that's the way they really feel. It's because of the emotion at the time. And keeping emotions to yourself when you have this is really difficult for everyone involved. So it's important for the two of you to have good communication and to develop those skills early in the relationship. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will probably be coming up with more tips on how to deal with relationships with people with mental health issues. And yeah, stay tuned and subscribe if you've even watched this far. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.